Because I was wanting you to come with that same energy you had yesterday on Zoom. See, I know on Zoom you all feel real comfortable. And then here y'all come, as if I've done you something. As if I was the one to arrest you. As if I was the one to issue the warrant. I didn't go to work and take my stress out on the people that I worked with. You didn't care about who's going to watch your child. I'm not going to care either.
Zoom court was supposed to make life easier, and in a lot of ways it did. But for some people, appearing from home seemed to create the impression that they could bring any attitude they wanted, eat on camera, mutter curses when they thought no one could hear them, and speak to a judge as if she were just another person on a screen. Today in Michigan's 36th District Court, Judge Lynise Bryant is dealing with two people who learned that lesson the hard way. While some judges might ignore that kind of behavior, Judge Bryant has her own way of making it clear that the rules of her courtroom still apply, whether you are sitting at counsel table or logging in from your living room. One showed up in person after mouthing off on Zoom the day before, and the other assumed that cursing at the end of a hearing would slip by unnoticed. In both cases, they were badly mistaken.
150-458-3401, the People versus Ronald Chapman. Defendant is charged with operating while visibly impaired, and today is the date. Adjourn the date for review. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Judicial Authority, PA 745, appearing on behalf of Ronald Chapman, who is to my left. Mr. Chapman, please state your full name for the record.
Ronald Chapman.
Your Honor, we are requesting a continuation of probation.
No, let's go from yesterday. Don't try to come in here with that. The reason he here is because I said, say it in my face. Do y'all remember that? Yes. Oh, remember? Oh, do you? Because you was just over there talking smack too before she came in here.
I said, what did I say? Smart to you. That's what I said. I apologize for yesterday. There's a lot going on with me. My best friend just got killed. I'm tired of trying to get ways to work and everything. I need my license back. Try to depend on people. It's some pressures, and I don't want to go back to drugs or alcohol. I want to do it the right way. I like the way I feel without using drugs or alcohol.
I'm sorry for your loss. Did I have anything to do with that?
Not at all. That's why I got to think before I speak. Let my emotions do the best of me.
You did, and it almost got you locked up.
I truly believe that.
You should.
Yeah.
On everything that I know. That's why you're in person.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I was wanting you to come with that same energy you had yesterday on Zoom. See, I know on Zoom you all feel real comfortable. But when I get up in the morning, put on my clothes, I'm doing what I do in the morning, which is putting myself in a great mood. Yes. I talk to somebody in the morning, every morning. And I get myself in my good mood and my great mood and then I come in here, then I put on this robe, I put on my pearls, try to, make it even more. And then here y'all come, as if I've done you something. Here you come, as if I was the one to pour the alcohol down your throat back in 2015. Here you come, as if I was the one that stopped you, pulled you over, treated you bad, roughhoused you, took you out your car, as if I was the one to arrest you, as if I was the one to issue the warrant, as if I was the one that was the cause for the issues that you have. Here you all come, as if I was the one. And all I did was be a little big mouth black girl from the east side wanting to come on the bench and do some good because I knew it was important for people like me to be on here. And then here you come, going off on me as if I did you both, as if I'm the reason for the current situation that you find yourself in. Instead of coming here saying, she might have helped me. I'm tired of catching a bus. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of facing the consequences of my own actions. And maybe she could help me. But as much as I try not to, I match energy. I try not to match energy, but I don't know what happens when I just match energy. Like energy come to me, then I match it. And that's because it is, and I'm trying to follow because it's a book I read every day too. And in that particular book, I really like this book. And in the particular book, it says that a soft answer turns away wrath, right? Then I'm thinking, who are they really talking to though? Like, they talking to me? When that energy comes my way, I'm not supposed to match it. Or were they talking to the one that threw that energy at me? I don't know. So since I haven't figured that out yet, I just keep on matching energy. Problem is, if I match your energy, you end up back there behind that gray door.
Yes.
And it's unnecessary. When I saw you earlier when you came in, I said, he got dressed up to go to jail. He looked so nice for court. And they gonna take them clothes and put them in the evidence or wherever they take the clothes when you come in and put it in there and hold them for you till you get out. So don't come on me. It's not my fault. Now, for some reason, it's a good thing too. Some is working in your favor because I can't find that folder because I wrote on the folder. Yeah, I wrote on the folder. I probably slammed it over behind me or something. And so my clerk went in there and he couldn't find the folder and it's not here with the other folders from yesterday. So that's working in your favor because I can't even, I do remember that I told you, come say it in my face. I remember that much. I just don't remember what it was I wanted you to say in my face. So that's working in your favor. I don't even have his ROA or nothing. Oh, I'm not being honest. You gave me the file. So this was a case from way back when. Oh, I remember. I do remember now looking at this right here. I remember that I was going through step by step the stuff he didn't do. And then I was like, prove it to me, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm remembering, so I'll hurry up before I remember everything. So we're gonna go ahead and reinstate this probation from 2016. And then I said he was gonna meet with, so who was the probation officer? Or did we have to get a new one? Yeah, cause it was also, cause I said, see, as more as I talk, I'm gonna remember. I said the first probation officer was dead, the second one is a magistrate. So now we gotta get him a third probation officer to try to walk him through this 2016 probation. I'm gonna reinstate the probation for 6 months. He's gonna go across the hall and see, he's gonna ask for Shantia Tucker. She is the supervisor. So we're gonna send him across the hall to ask for Shantia Tucker, the supervisor. Tell them Judge Bryant sent you and because she needs to give you a new probation officer. And then you can connect with that probation officer. And then that probation officer can try to see if they still have the notes from Mr. Jodas and Magistrate Williams. And if they do, they'll be able to say whether it says that you completed these things. If I'm not mistaken, I had an update from a probation officer, but no, maybe I didn't because I didn't give him a name. Okay, so we're going to see if you did any of these things. And if not, we're going to get them done so that you can get your license because they're not going to give you your license while you in warrant status to me. Okay? All right.
I'm still in warrant status?
No, you were in warrant status for a long time, and now that means you're still operating with no license on a drunk driving case. All right. So also, I believe in Hakuna Matata. I love the Lion King. Hakuna Matata. Put the past in the past. Just don't come on me like that no more, Mr. Chapman. I ain't gonna do nothing to you.
No.
Okay, I accept your apology. All right, so go across the hall, room 317, and ask for Shantia Tucker.
Thank you.
All right. All right, you're welcome. There must have been your good energy standing next to him. This is case number 250-583-0001, People versus Tamara Ford. Defendant is charged with malicious destruction of property and something dealing with a motor vehicle. Today is the day set for restitution hearing. Restitution and contempt of court hearing. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alicia Taylor Coleman, on behalf of the City of Detroit.
Good morning, Your Honor. Clarissa Grimes, P82965, the Neighborhood Defender Service, on behalf of Ms. Ford. Can you state your full name, please?
Tamara Ford.
All right, let's start with the restitution hearing. Today is day set for the restitution hearing, and I believe you all have reached an agreement.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, Ms. Ford would agree to pay the medical bills, the amount of $704.39.
$704.39.
Yes, $704.39.
So the court will, I apologize, is that a proper stipulation, counsel?
Yes, that's correct.
Court will set restitution at $704.39. Ms. Flannery is going to prepare an amended order, which includes the restitution and it will be added to the total fines, costs, and fees. With respect to contempt hearing, which really, let me change my language, because it is not a contempt hearing. When the parties appeared before me at the last hearing date, it was quite contentious. At the conclusion of the matter, when Ms. Ford was logging off my Zoom, she cursed at me. And I, on that day, held her in contempt of court. On the record, I said, she is held in contempt of court, but she hung up. So I'm changing my language with respect to a contempt hearing. The court on the record held her in contempt for cursing at me that day. So today the court is announcing its punishment for the contempt, which is why I indicated we were going to come in person for this restitution hearing. So I don't normally hold restitution hearings in person, but since Ms. Ford cursed at me, then we had to have this in person so that the court could announce its decision on the restitution, on the contempt punishment penalty. So counsel, if you wish to be heard, you can be heard as to the penalty for your client cursing at me on Zoom.
Thank you, Your Honor. So unfortunately, I had also already logged off Zoom, so I was not present, did not witness what was going on. After being informed by the court what had happened, I discussed with my client, and she indicated to me that she was certainly not attempting to insult, Your Honor. And so
Because people shouldn't be insulted by people cursing at them?
I'm not sure if it was a misunderstanding, but regardless, my client is sincerely apologetic for any insults to the court. And so for that reason, in addition, my client has a young daughter who is in her primary care, who is at school right now. And
did she make arrangements for somebody to pick up her daughter?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, we understand the seriousness of this incident. I think Ms. Ford has learned a lot from this incident. We are asking, Your Honor, for something that does not involve jail time. If there is an ability to either pay a fine or do something else that Your Honor would impose, that is what we'd be requesting today, so that her child's life is not disrupted. And my client has something she would like to address the court as well.
She may.
First off, Your Honor, I just would like to sincerely apologize to you. My daughter, she goes to therapy. She tries to commit suicide every other week. I definitely was not cursing at you. A person kept calling me.
Call Miss Tripper. Okay. You tell her I need the transcript. You say you weren't cursing at me?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am. I was not cursing at you. I did curse, but it was for a call that kept coming in while I was on the Zoom with you guys.
So you cursed at your phone because you didn't put your phone on Do Not Disturb while you had a court hearing?
Yes.
So you want me to believe that all the while you were on Zoom with me with a nasty attitude, that at the end of the conclusion of the matter, when you cursed, that wasn't directed towards me?
No, ma'am, it was not. I agree that I did some, I was being disrespectful at the time, but I definitely did not curse at you. It was not it was for a phone call that I kept declining and they kept calling. I was not cursing at you, Judge.
You want me to believe that you were rude and disrespectful to me, but you would never curse at me?
Yes, because I wasn't cursing at you. I did disrespect you by taking a bite of my bagel and saying things to you as if, you were not having a good day, but I was not cursing at you.
I think you actually said something about me not having a good day or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did. And now I think you might not be having a good day today. I think maybe if you thought I was having a bad day that day, demanding respect in my courtroom that I'm going to demand every day. I got kids too. And I remember quitting the job because it was too stressful for me and my kids. It's one of the highest ranking people at the Detroit Police Department. I said, I can't do this. Why? Because I got kids. This stressful. I didn't go to work and take my stress out on the people that I worked with. I didn't take my stress out on the people that had to come to me for things. I didn't take my stress out on people who I was engaging with who had nothing to do with the things that were stressing me out. And so just like I told the other gentleman who came in my courtroom because he got rude with me and disrespectful and all of that to me on Zoom, when I wake up in the morning, talk to the one that I talk to in the morning, and put myself in a good mood, come to work and put on this black robe and these pearls, I don't do that to say, I can't wait for the people when they come in, I'll be so happy when they go up on me. People who I have had nothing to do with them being in my courtroom. I wasn't there when you committed your crime. I wasn't there when you got charged with your crime. I may not even been there when you took a plea in a felony courtroom for your crime. I had nothing to do with any of that, yet you come in here and you gonna eat a bagel on my Zoom courtroom like that's appropriate. Let's just invite the public in and tell them to bring their breakfast, ma'am. This is court, and you were quite disrespectful to me. And now that you need to pay the consequences for your disrespect, you want me to believe that, yes, Judge, I was eating. Yes, Judge, I was getting smart with you. Yes, Judge, I was being disrespectful, but not in a million years would I ever curse at you. That don't make sense. But here's the thing about it. Whether you were cursing at me or just in the courtroom, whether you just forgot your mic was on, whether you didn't log off before you was cursing, either way, you cursed in my courtroom, adding on to the already disrespect that you had displayed to me that day. Disrespect that I didn't deserve, disrespect that I didn't ask you for, disrespect that is unfair to me as a jurist. Court is going to impose the following sentence for the contempt: 3 days in the Wayne County Jail held in abeyance. If you complete the terms and conditions of your probation successfully without any other issues or hiccups, then you won't have to serve the 3 days. If you do, if you're gonna keep that same energy you had with me on Zoom, you're gonna go to jail for 3 days, and I'm not gonna be concerned about who's gonna watch your child. There's never gonna be a day that you're gonna come in here and I'm gonna care more about who's gonna watch your child than you. Because you weren't thinking about who gonna watch my child if she locked me up while I'm on here going off on her, being disrespectful, eating bagels and cursing. You didn't care about who's gonna watch your child. I'm not gonna care either. Anything further?
Nothing from the defense.
Does she have another court hearing, Mr. Flanagan?
Yes, Your Honor. May 14th,
What is that for?
review.
So we're in April. Is it realistic that she's gonna pay the restitution by May 14th?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna keep the May 14th date next. And if you have completed the terms and conditions of your probation, then I will consider early discharge at that time. We are all set. Have a great day. Stay safe. You're welcome.
Judge Bryant reinstated Ronald Chapman's probation and gave him a path to finally get his license back, which was probably all he needed in the first place if he had just walked in with a better approach from the start. Tamara Ford walked out with 3 days in the Wayne County Jail held in abeyance, meaning one more wrong move sends her straight back. And Judge Bryant made it unmistakably clear that if that happens, she will not be spending a second worrying about who is left to watch her child. They were two different cases involving two very different people, yet both ended in the same courtroom in front of a judge who had started her day talking to someone just to get herself in a great mood before putting on her robe and pearls, and still ended up having to deal with all of this. And if you enjoy watching judges who do not tolerate disrespect, whether it happens face-to-face or through a screen, subscribe and leave a like.